Today we're going to be trying Chorley cakes. We're going to make them from a recipe and see how they taste. I've got all the ingredients assembled for the pastry as well as the filling. So I'm getting ready to make the filling here. I've got the currants and some melted butter, some brown sugar, light brown sugar, and nutmeg. And I will stir that all together. Now we're ready to wrap the pastry in some cling wrap, and we will put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes. So I'm a bit concerned about how much pastry this made. It seems like it's not very much considering the amount of currants. So we'll see. I'm going to start rolling and we'll see what happens. Hi, I'm Tina.
I'm Ross.
And today we have something a little bit different. You haven't seen us do much baking before. In one of our videos, we tried Eccles cakes that were prepared from our British import store, and we really enjoyed those. And so I was looking up recipes online, and I found some for Chorley cakes. So Chorley is another town or city in Lancashire. And so I thought, let me give those a try. Now, let me start off by saying I'm not much of a baker. I have not baked in years, and this whole experience just reminds me why I don't bake much. So we followed a recipe from, I believe the site is Little Sugar Snaps. I'll put the recipe down below. And I looked at a lot of different recipes, and they all had different variations on, whether they added sugar to the pastry. This one did not. Whether they use milk, water, different things like that. So one of the reasons I chose this is because they made it easy. They already had conversions into cups and ounces and things like that for me instead of going by metric, because I do not have a gram scale, so that makes it really tough for me to follow those instructions, or I just need to get a converter. And I did try to double check all the conversions too, because I was really paranoid. Nonetheless, we had a difficult time with this recipe. And after, one of the things I noticed is they said to add water, but it did not specify how much water. No. So I just added a little bit, and I thought, okay, it's into a dough. And I think that's actually where all of our problems started. It was just, the dough was just a little bit too dry. And so we had a lot of problems with it cracking and falling apart. So it made this recipe much more difficult, I think, than it really needed to be. So it made it a little hard to put these together. And Ross gave it a try too.
Yeah, we learned something new today. Using a rolling pin. It's recommended to use the French style rolling pin in to roll away from you, not back and forth.
Yeah, because the only rolling pin I have is one that was actually my Nana's old rolling pin, and it does have handles. And then we read later, that's not the best for these types of recipes or for rolling out dough. So yeah. It is what it is, and we'll see how these turn out. They definitely don't look quite as pretty. They don't look like the ones I saw online, but I'm hoping they at least taste okay. They look so pretty online, and I feel like it's always those memes you see. It's like expectation. They have this beautiful picture, and then here's reality, how it really turned out. That's kind of what happened here. And so I don't know. Next time, if we get brave enough to try these again, because I wouldn't mind trying some of the other recipes as well, but I might start with a pre-made pastry. Yeah, I think that would just make it a whole lot easier.
That's the thing. The currants were not exactly the easiest thing to find.
Mm-hmm. I was glad you found them. You actually found them in Walmart, of all places.
I checked. Target, Rayleigh's. I checked multiple markets that we typically go to. Yeah, you have dates, you got raisins, you got golden raisins, yogurt covered raisins, looking for these Zanti currants. No luck. Yeah, it just so happens, walk into a Walmart, ask someone, oh yeah, they're down by the liquor. And it was by the liquor.
Yep.
So
glad you found those.
Me too. Because you had me, that was my task, that was my job. I had one job to do, and that was find the currants.
And I think we asked both of our moms about them, who have done some cooking and baking.
Yeah.
I think your mom's done a lot of baking, and neither one was particularly familiar with these Zante currants. We're not sure how to pronounce them even. But so yeah, it shows you how much you can see the confusion with us Americans and currants. We just don't use them as much as they're used in the UK. And the other thing we did is it was recommended to serve these with a little butter on top, so we did do that. Are you ready to bite into these and give them a try? See if they're at least decent to eat?
I'm ready. Looks like a satisfied nod.
It's very, very flaky.
Mm-hmm.
And see, and I don't know if that's how they're supposed to be, or if it's something with the way I messed up the pastry on it, and it's a little flakier than it's supposed to be. I'm not sure.
Tastes good.
Mm-hmm. So here's a cross section. And I believe these are another one where they have the fun names like fly pie and dead fly pie.
Swish fly pie. Yeah. Mm-mm.
That is good though. At least it turned out tasty, even though they don't look as attractive as I had hoped.
I like it.
You know, they're a little bit too dry though.
Yeah, I mean,
Pastry.
I think the pastry is. I don't think it's too dry. I think it's just very delicate.
It is very delicate. You know, and again, since we've never tried Chorley cakes, we're not sure if that's exactly how they're supposed to be. So whatever we've made, whether it's just a variation of the Chorley cakes, they do taste good.
Yeah. To give you an idea of what I mean delicate, I would say it's more. I wouldn't actually say flaky, but it comes apart easier than say if this was a pie crust.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, tastes very good.
So we'll see. We might try cooking some other foods. I think we do want to give cottage pie or shepherd's pie a try sometime.
Yes.
And I actually think that will be easier to make than this.
Do you recall the difference in the recipe for Chorley cake crust compared to Eccles cakes crust?
I don't remember.
I
think this one's called shortcrust, and I forgot what the Eccles cakes was called, but it is a little bit different.
Okay.
So if you like food tastings and food reactions, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. That's what we like to do. We like tasting food. We like especially trying international foods.
Yes.
And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.
So things didn't work out exactly even, so we ended up with some extra currant filling that we just could not shove any more into the pastries. It was already hard enough to fold them up. But so I just decided to give it a little sample. Give this a try. Mmm.
Mmm.
Currants, butter, and brown sugar. Nothing wrong with that.
Mmm. What is this? So tell me, just exactly how much butter did you use in this entire project?
I don't know. I'd have to add it all up.
More than a stick?
More than a stick, yeah. Because for the pastry, there was almost a full stick of butter in that. And then there was almost a half stick of butter in this.
It's worth it. Delicious. Thank you.